The silent observers. The vast emptiness of space held secrets that even the most advanced civilizations could not fathom. Among the stars, 3 major galactic powers had divided the known universe into their spheres of influence. The Krell Empire, with their massive warships and plasma weapons, dominated the Eastern Spiral Arm. The Vex Federation, masters of energy manipulation and shield technology, controlled the core worlds. The Tal Consortium, expert traders and information brokers, held sway over the Outer Rim territories. For centuries, these 3 powers had maintained a delicate balance. Wars were fought through proxies. Territories exchanged hands through complex negotiations, and technological advances were carefully monitored by each faction's intelligence networks. Yet there was one small, blue planet that remained largely ignored. Earth. Captain Rex of the Krell Monitoring Station floated in his command chair, reviewing the latest reports from the Sol system. His 6 arms moved across multiple control panels with practiced efficiency. The humans of Earth had been classified as a primitive species, barely capable of interstellar travel. Their small ships occasionally ventured to their moon or nearby planets, but nothing more. Another human probe has entered the outer system, reported his subordinate, Commander Nix. It appears to be heading toward the gas giant they call Jupiter. Rex's multiple eyes focused on the display, showing the tiny human vessel. Ignore it. Their technology is centuries behind ours. They pose no threat to anyone. Meanwhile, in the Vex Federation's Deep Space Listening Post, Administrator Quinn reviewed similar intelligence. The geometric patterns on her crystalline face shifted as she processed the data. The humans continue their slow expansion, she noted to her assistant. Their progress is remarkably steady for such a young species. Should we make contact? Her aide asked. Not yet. They haven't developed faster than light travel. They're still trapped in their local system. Let them develop naturally for another few centuries. The Tal Consortium's approach was different. Merchant Lord Zed maintained a small observation post in the asteroid belt, disguised as a mining operation. His people were natural traders, always looking for new markets and opportunities. But even they saw little value in the humans' primitive economy. They're resourceful, Zed admitted, during a council meeting. Their planet shows signs of rapid technological advancement, but they're too isolated to be of immediate concern. What none of these observers realized was that their own technology was being quietly studied, deep beneath the Earth's oceans, in facilities that didn't appear on any map. Human scientists worked with technologies that would have shocked the galaxy's greatest minds. Dr. Lisa led a team that had been reverse engineering alien technology. For decades, the Krell used quantum tunneling for their faster-than-light communication, she explained to her team. But their method is inefficient. We've found a way to improve it by 30%. Her colleague, Dr. Mark, nodded as he reviewed the data. The Vex energy shields are impressive, but they have a fundamental flaw. They can't handle certain electromagnetic frequencies. We've developed a weapon that can penetrate them. These weren't recent discoveries. Humanity's hidden advancement had begun 50 years earlier, when a damaged alien scout ship had crashed in the Pacific Ocean. The crew had died, but their technology had survived. Since then, a secret global organization had been studying, learning, and improving upon alien science. General Tom oversaw the military applications. His underground command center monitored alien movements throughout the solar system. They think we're primitive, he told his staff. They see our chemical rockets and assume that's the limit of our technology. They don't know about the projects hidden beneath our cities. The truth was staggering. Humanity had developed faster-than-light travel, but kept it secret. They had created weapons that could challenge any galactic power, but remained hidden. They had built a vast network of underground facilities, but maintained the appearance of a simple, planet-bound civilization. Professor Ann, head of the research division, understood the strategy. We let them underestimate us. While they focus on their own conflicts, we study them. We learn their weaknesses. We prepare. The three galactic powers continued their eternal dance of politics and power, never suspecting that the small blue planet they ignored was quietly becoming a force that could reshape the galaxy. Earth's leaders had decided long ago that revealing their true capabilities too early would be dangerous. Instead, they would wait, watch, and prepare for the day when hiding would no longer be possible. That day was approaching faster than anyone realized. The galaxy was about to discover that humanity's greatest strength had always been their ability to adapt, survive, and emerge stronger from every challenge. The time of hiding was almost over. Asterisk, the first signs of change came from the outer rim. Territories. A series of mysterious attacks had begun targeting Tal Consortium trading posts. Ships would arrive at stations to find them completely empty, with no signs of battle damage or evacuation. The crews had simply vanished, leaving behind only their equipment and cargo. Merchant Lord Zed stood in his command center, studying reports from 12 different incidents. His traders were becoming nervous, refusing to travel certain routes. "This is impossible," he muttered, his tentacles writhing with frustration. "Our sensors show no unknown ships in these areas. No energy signatures. Nothing." What Zed didn't know was that the attacks weren't random. Hidden human intelligence had identified the Tal Consortium as the weakest of the three powers, and their trading routes provided perfect opportunities for field testing new technologies. Dr. Lisa's team had perfected a cloaking system that bent light and energy around their ships, making them invisible to conventional sensors. Captain Jim piloted the stealth vessel through the asteroid field where another Tal station operated. His ship, built in the hidden lunar facilities, was unlike anything the galaxy had seen. It combined human engineering with improved alien technology, creating something entirely new. "Target acquired," reported his tactical officer, Lieutenant Kate. "The station has minimal defenses. Standard Tal energy barriers and pulse weapons. Remember, this is intelligence gathering, not conquest," Jim reminded his crew. "We need to understand their technology better. Take the station quietly." The attack lasted exactly 4 minutes. The humans' advanced jamming systems prevented any distress signals from escaping. Their energy weapons modified from captured. Krell technology sliced through the station's defenses effortlessly. The Tal crew was captured alive and transported to hidden facilities for questioning. Meanwhile, tensions between the Krell Empire and Vex Federation were escalating. Border skirmishes had increased, and both sides were mobilizing their fleets. The mysterious attacks on Tal stations had created additional instability, as each power suspected the others of being responsible. Emperor Vox of the Krell Empire addressed his war council. His massive form, encased in ceremonial armor, dominated the room. "The Vex grow bold," he declared. "Their ships probe our borders daily. And now someone strikes at the Tal, disrupting the balance we've maintained for generations. Our intelligence suggests a new player," reported General Kaz. "The attack patterns don't match Vex or Tal methods. The technology appears to be unknown." "Impossible," Vox replied. "We know every species in the galaxy. There are no unknown civilizations capable of such actions." In the Vex Federation's capital, similar discussions were taking place. President Rowe studied holographic displays showing the various incidents. Her crystalline form pulsed with different colors as she processed the information. "The attacks show remarkable precision," she observed. "Whoever is responsible has intimate knowledge of Tau weaknesses." "Could it be the Krell?" asked her military advisor, Commander Flux. "The Krell are powerful but not subtle. These attacks require finesse. Someone else is involved." Back on Earth, the hidden leadership was pleased with the results. The captured Tal crews had provided valuable intelligence about all three galactic powers. Under careful questioning, they had revealed military strengths, economic weaknesses, and political divisions that could be exploited. Director Sarah oversaw the interrogation, programmed from her facility beneath the Australian desert. "They're more divided than we thought," she reported to the Global Council. "The Krell and Vex have been preparing for war for decades. The Tal are caught in the middle, trying to profit from both sides." "Perfect," responded Council Leader David, from his location in the hidden Arctic base. "We let them weaken each other, then reveal ourselves when they're vulnerable." But not everyone agreed with the cautious approach. General Tom argued for more aggressive action. "Every day we wait, they might discover our true capabilities. We should strike while we have the advantage of surprise." "Patience," David replied. "Our simulations show that premature revelation leads to united resistance. We need them fighting each other, not us." The strategy was working. Across the galaxy, the three powers were becoming increasingly suspicious of each other. The Krell began moving battle fleets toward Vex territory. The Vex activated their defensive networks and started producing new weapons. The Tal tried to maintain neutrality while secretly arming themselves. None of them suspected that their communications were being monitored by quantum listening devices that shouldn't have existed. None of them realized that their military movements were being tracked by sensors hidden throughout the galaxy. None of them knew that the primitive humans of Earth were orchestrating events from the shadows. The storm was gathering, and humanity was its hidden eye. The war between the Krell Empire and Vex Federation erupted without warning. It began with a single incident, a Vex patrol ship that mysteriously exploded near a Krell mining colony. Each side blamed the other, and within hours, battle fleets were engaging across 17 different star systems. Admiral Hex of the Vex Federation led the first major assault against the Krell stronghold of Proxima Base. His fleet of 300 ships unleashed devastating energy barrages, their weapons designed to overwhelm even the strongest defenses. The Krell responded with their own massive warships, each one the size of a small city. "Their shields are holding," reported his tactical officer. "Our weapons aren't penetrating their armor." Hex's crystalline features darkened with frustration. "Deploy the quantum torpedoes. We'll crack their defenses with raw power." The battle raged for 6 days. Both sides committed their most advanced technologies, their most experienced commanders, and their most powerful weapons. The space around Proxima Base became a graveyard of twisted metal and burning plasma. When the fighting finally ended, both fleets had been reduced to less than half their original strength. Emperor Vox watched the reports with growing concern. "Unacceptable losses," he declared. "The Vex are stronger than our intelligence suggested. How did we underestimate them so severely?" General Kaz hesitated before responding. "Sir, our intelligence networks report unusual activity. Some of our communication channels have been compromised. The Vex seem to know our strategies before we implement them." "You're saying we have spies among us?" "I'm saying someone is watching us very carefully." The same conversations were happening in Vex territory. President Rowe studied casualty reports with growing alarm. "Our losses are catastrophic," she observed. "The Krell knew exactly where to strike. They anticipated our every move. It's as if they could read our minds," added Commander Flux. "But that's impossible. No species has that level of psychic ability." While the two major powers tore each other apart, the Tal Consortium found themselves in an increasingly desperate situation. Their trade routes were disrupted, their stations continued to disappear, and now they faced economic collapse as their two largest customers destroyed each other. Merchant Lord Zed called an emergency council meeting. "We're being systematically Eliminated, he announced. Whoever is taking our stations isn't interested in conquest. They're studying us, learning our weaknesses. Perhaps we should contact the other powers, suggested one of his advisors. United, we might identify this threat. The Krell and Vex are too busy killing each other to listen to us, Zed replied bitterly. We're on our own. Unknown to any of them, their greatest threat was much closer than they imagined. Captain Jim's stealth ship had been operating in the war zone for weeks, gathering intelligence on both sides. His crew watched the massive battles with professional interest, noting weaknesses in ship designs, flaws in tactical approaches, and limitations in their weapon systems. The Krell favor brute force, observed Lieutenant Kate. Their ships are powerful but slow. They can't adapt quickly to changing situations. The Vex are more flexible, added Navigation Officer Pete, but they rely too heavily on their energy shields. When those fail, they're vulnerable. Jim nodded as he reviewed the data. Both sides are bleeding resources. Our timing is perfect. He activated the quantum communicator. Command, this is Recon 1. Request permission to proceed to Phase 2. The response came from Director Sarah's voice. Permission granted, Captain. It's time to introduce ourselves. The revelation began small. A single Tal trading station received an unexpected visitorship unlike anything in their databases. It was sleek, advanced, and completely unknown. When the station's commander, Captain Dex, attempted to communicate, the response came in perfect Tal language. This is Captain Jim of the Earth Defense Force. We come in peace, but we come in strength. Your people are in danger, and we offer protection. Dex's multiple eyes widened in shock. Earth? The primitive planet in the Sol system? This is impossible. Many things are impossible until they happen, Jim replied calmly. Your stations have been disappearing because we've been relocating your people to safety. The galaxy is about to change, and you can either adapt or be destroyed. The transmission cut out, leaving Dex staring at his screens in disbelief. Within hours, the recording had been transmitted to every major power in the galaxy. The reaction was immediate and universal: shock, disbelief, and then a growing sense of fear. The humans had revealed themselves, but only partially. They had shown mercy to the Tau, but their true capabilities remained hidden. The galaxy was about to learn that Earth's greatest weapon wasn't technology. It was patience, planning, and the willingness to strike when the moment was right. The game had changed, and humanity was finally ready to play. Asterisk the galactic power's response to. Humanity's revelation was swift and predictable. Within 24 hours of Captain Jim's transmission, emergency councils convened across 3 different civilizations. The impossible had become reality. The primitive humans of Earth had somehow developed advanced technology. Emperor Vox of the Krell Empire was the first to act. His massive form trembled with rage as he addressed his military commanders. This is unacceptable, he declared. No species develops faster than light travel without our knowledge. The humans must have stolen our technology. Our intelligence reports are being reviewed, replied General Cass carefully. But sir, their ship design doesn't match our technology or that of the Vex. It appears to be ... unique. Impossible. Deploy the 3rd battle fleet to Earth immediately. We'll discover the truth and punish them for their deception. In Vex territory, President Rowe convened her own emergency session. Her crystalline form pulsed with rapid color changes as she processed the implications. The humans have been watching us, she stated. Their captain knew our language, our customs. They've been preparing for this moment. Should we join forces? With the Krell? Asked Commander Flux. United, we could overwhelm Earth's defenses. Never, Rowe replied firmly. We handle this ourselves. Prepare the core fleet. We'll investigate Earth's capabilities and eliminate any threat they pose. The Tal Consortium found themselves in a unique position. Unlike the other powers, they had received an offer of protection rather than a threat. Merchant Lord Zed studied the recording repeatedly, his tentacles writhing with nervous energy. Asterisk, they relocated our people to safety, he observed. Our missing stations, the crews, are alive? According to this transmission, yes, confirmed his advisor. But should we trust them? They've been deceiving everyone for decades. We have little choice, Zed replied. The Krell and Vex will destroy. U.S. in their war. Perhaps these humans offer a better alternative. What none of the galactic powers realized was that their reactions were being monitored from hidden facilities across the galaxy. Humanity's intelligence network had grown far. Beyond Earth, with listening posts and observation stations scattered throughout space. Every military movement, every strategic decision, every communication was being tracked and analyzed. Director Sarah reviewed the intelligence reports from her command center. Both the Krell and Vex are mobilizing their fleets, she announced. To the Global Council. Estimated arrival time at Earth, 72 hours. Are we ready? Asked Council Leader David. We've been ready for 20 years, Sarah replied. The question is whether we should reveal our full capabilities or continue the gradual disclosure. General Tom had a different perspective. They're bringing their best fleets to our doorstep. This is our chance to end their threat permanently. Agreed, David said after a moment of consideration. Begin the demonstration. Show them what humanity has become. The Krell Third Battle Fleet arrived. At Earth's solar system first. Admiral Mox commanded 800 of the Empire's most advanced warships, each one equipped with planet-destroying weapons. His orders were clear. Subdue the humans and seize their technology. Sensors detect no orbital defenses, reported his. Tactical officer. The planet appears vulnerable. Too easy, Mox muttered. The humans wouldn't reveal themselves without preparation. Stay alert. The first surprise came when the fleet reached Jupiter's orbit. Without warning, the gas giant itself seemed to move. What they had assumed was a natural celestial body revealed. Itself as a massive artificial construct, a hidden fortress that had been disguised as a planet for decades. Impossible, breathed Mox as Jupiter's surface opened to reveal weapon systems beyond imagination. How did they hide a construction of this size? The answer came in the form of a transmission from the station. This is Admiral Ross of the Jupiter Defense Platform. You are entering human space without permission. Withdraw immediately or face the consequences. Mox's pride overrode his caution. Human space? You control one primitive planet. Surrender. Now, and we might spare your lives. You misunderstand, Ross replied calmly. We don't just control Earth. We control this entire system. And now, you're going to help us demonstrate our capabilities to the galaxy. The battle that followed lasted exactly 14 minutes. The Krell's most advanced weapons struck Jupiter's shields and simply dissipated. Meanwhile, the human weapons cut through Krell armor like paper. Ships that had seemed invincible moments before were disabled with surgical precision. But humanity's true demonstration wasn't destructive. It was psychological. Instead of destroying the Krell fleet, they captured it. Every ship, every crew. Member, every piece of technology was secured without causing a single death. Admiral Mox found himself standing in a human detention facility, staring at Captain Jim through transparent barriers. This is impossible, he repeated. Your species was primitive yesterday. Yesterday, we chose to appear primitive, Jim corrected. Today, we choose to appear strong. Tomorrow, we'll choose to appear merciful. The question is, what will you choose? The demonstration had begun, and the galaxy was watching. News of the Krell Third Battle Fleet's capture spread across the galaxy like wildfire. What had been intended as a show of force had become a humiliating defeat. The humans had not only survived the Empire's assault, but had done so without killing a single Krell warrior a mercy. It was almost more insulting than destruction. Would have been. Emperor Vox's reaction was volcanic. His massive form stormed through the Imperial Palace, smashing furniture and roaring with rage. "They made fools of us," he bellowed. 800 ships captured without a single human casualty. "This is impossible." General Kaz stood carefully out of his emperor's reach. "Sir, our analysis of the battle recordings shows technology we can't explain. Their weapons seem to selectively disable our systems without causing permanent damage. It's as if they understand our ships better than we do." "Because they've been studying us," Vox realized, his multiple eyes focusing with sudden clarity. "For decades, they've been watching, learning, preparing. While we ignored them, they were becoming our equals." "More than our equals," Kaz corrected. "Quietly, they defeated our best fleet with ease." Meanwhile, the Vex Federation's core fleet had witnessed the entire battle from the edge of the solar system. President Rowe's crystalline form pulsed with rapid calculations as she processed what they had seen. The humans' technology was indeed superior, but more importantly, their strategy was flawless. They could have destroyed the Krell fleet, she observed. Instead, they chose to capture it. This sends a message to the entire galaxy. They're strong enough to win any battle, but wise enough to show mercy. Commander Flux studied the tactical displays. Their Jupiter station is just one installation. Our sensors detect similar constructs throughout the system. Mars, Venus, even some of the larger asteroids show artificial modifications. How long have they been building this? Rowe wondered aloud. This level of construction would take centuries. The answer came from an unexpected source. Admiral Mox, still in human custody, was granted permission to send a message to his emperor. His transmission was broadcast across the galaxy, ensuring that every civilization would hear his words. "They showed me their history," Mox said, his voice filled with awe. 50 years ago, one of our own scout ships crashed on their planet. Instead of trying to contact us, they studied the wreckage. They learned our language, our technology, our weaknesses. They've been preparing for this moment ever since. "And now?" came Vox's reply. "Now they offer us a choice. Join their alliance as equals, or face the consequences of continued aggression. They don't want to rule the galaxy. They want to reshape it." The transmission continued with recordings. From the human facility, Captain Jim stood before the captured Krell crews, speaking in their own language with perfect fluency. "Your empire has ruled through fear for 1,000 years, he said. "You've conquered worlds, enslaved species, and crushed anyone who opposed you. But we're not afraid of you." The camera panned to show the Krell warriors, all unharmed but clearly shaken. "We could have killed you all," Jim continued. "Instead, we're offering you something your empire has never given anyone a second chance. Return to your people. Tell them what you've seen. Tell them that humanity offers partnership, not conquest." The psychological impact was devastating. Across Krell space, warriors who had served the Empire without question began to whisper among themselves. These humans had shown mercy to their enemies, something the Krell had never done. Perhaps there was a better way to live. The Vex Federation faced a similar crisis. Their intelligence networks reported massive civil unrest as citizens questioned their government's military policies. If the humans could defeat both the Krell and Vex fleets, what was the point of the endless arms race between the two powers? President Rao made a decision that would change galactic history. "Open communications with Earth," she ordered. "We need to speak with these humans directly." The response came within hours. Admiral Ross appeared on the main screen of the Vex Command Center, his calm demeanor radiating confidence. "President Rowe, We've been expecting your call." "You have indeed been watching us," she replied. "What do you want?" "Peace," Ross said simply. "For too long, this galaxy has been divided by war and fear. We offer a different path: cooperation, mutual benefit, and shared prosperity. Your people have great potential. We'd like to help you achieve it." The Tal Consortium was the first to accept humanity's offer. Merchant Lord Zed announced his people's formal alliance with Earth, stating that the humans had already proven their trustworthiness by protecting Tal civilians during the crisis. One by one, smaller civilizations began to follow the Tal example. The galaxy was witnessing something unprecedented, a major power offering partnership instead of conquest. The question now was whether the old empires would adapt or be left behind. The turning point had arrived, and humanity stood at the center of a transforming galaxy. Asterisk. 6 months after the Jupiter demonstration, the galaxy had transformed beyond recognition. The old order of 3 competing powers had given way to something unprecedented, a voluntary alliance of civilizations, working together for mutual benefit. The Krell Empire underwent the most dramatic change. Emperor Vox, faced with widespread rebellion among his own people, had been forced to accept humanity's terms. The empire's military was restructured from a conquest force into a peacekeeping organization. Former battle fleets now protected trade routes and defended weaker civilizations from raiders and pirates. Admiral Mox, once a proud warrior of the Empire, now served as Earth's liaison to the Krell military. He stood in the command center of the rebuilt Jupiter station, watching human and Krell engineers work side by side. "I never thought I'd see the day," he told Captain Jim. "Our species fighting together instead of against each other." "Fighting isn't the only way to prove strength," Jim replied. "Your people are discovering that cooperation can be more rewarding than conquest." The transformation wasn't without challenges. Many Krell warriors struggled to adapt to their new role as protectors rather than conquerors. But the alternative continued. Isolation and eventual defeat was worse. Gradually, they began to see the benefits of the new system. The Vex Federation's integration was smoother, but no less significant. President Rao had negotiated a comprehensive technology-sharing agreement with Earth. Vex energy manipulation techniques were combined with human innovation to create power systems that could fuel entire star systems. Dr. Lisa worked closely with Vex scientists in the new joint research facility orbiting Earth. "Your understanding of quantum mechanics is remarkable," she told her counterpart, a crystalline being named Flux. "Combined with our practical engineering, we're solving problems that seemed impossible just months ago. The key is different perspectives," Flux replied, his form shifting colors as he processed complex equations. "We saw the universe one way, you saw it another. Together, we see possibilities neither of us imagined alone." The most remarkable success story was the Tal Consortium. Their natural abilities as traders and diplomats made them perfect ambassadors for the new galactic order. Merchant Lord Zed had been appointed as the first galactic commerce director, overseeing trade relationships between dozens of civilizations. "Business has never been better," he reported to the combined leadership council. "When people aren't afraid of being conquered, they're more willing to trade. Our commercial networks have expanded by 400%. But humanity's greatest achievement wasn't technological or economic, it was psychological. For the first time in galactic history, civilizations were working together by choice rather than fear. The human concept of voluntary cooperation had proven more powerful than any weapon. Council Leader David stood before the assembled representatives of 47 different species. The meeting was held in the new Galactic Assembly Hall, constructed in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It was a symbol of the new era-neutral ground where all voices could be heard. "We stand at a crossroads," David announced. We can continue the old patterns of conflict and conquest, or we can choose a better path. Humanity doesn't seek to rule the galaxy. We seek to guide it towards something greater. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Species after species pledged their support for the new order. Even former enemies found common ground in the shared vision of a peaceful, prosperous galaxy that not everyone embraced the changes. Remnants of the old Krell military launched several failed rebellions. Some Vex factions attempted to restart the war with the Krell. A few Tau merchant houses tried to exploit the new trade relationships for excessive profit, but these resistance movements found little support. The majority of galactic civilization had experienced something they had never known before: genuine security and prosperity. They weren't willing to return to the old ways of fear and conflict. General Tom, now serving as Earth's defense coordinator, monitored the situation from his command center. "We've achieved something remarkable," he told Director Sarah. "The galaxy is more peaceful now than it's been in 1,000 years. The real test will be the next generation," Sarah replied. "Children who grow up in this new system will never know the old ways. They'll see cooperation as natural, not revolutionary." As the months passed, that prediction proved accurate. Young beings from different species worked together in joint education programs. They learned each other's languages, shared their cultures, and formed friendships that transcended traditional boundaries. The galaxy had learned that Earth's greatest power wasn't its hidden technology or secret weapons. It was humanity's ability to inspire hope and create unity from diversity. The species that had once been dismissed as primitive had become the catalyst for a new golden age. The hidden power had risen, not to conquer, but to heal. And in doing so, humanity had achieved something greater than any empire they had created. A future where all species could thrive together among the stars. The new dawn had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same. The end asterisk